I just, last month, no, we are till March. March the 22nd was 57 years that I came to Canada.
Uh-huh.
So I'm 58 when Heather, Will's mother, was pregnant with Heather, which was a miracle.
Yeah.
Your parents had been married for 10 years
A
before they got
miracle.
pregnant with you, right? Yes, I heard this. How many years? 6 years? Okay.
So Rita came to me as I'm a dressmaker. She was recommended to me. And from that day on, we always worked together. And your grandmother, never mind when the kids were little. First I lived on Robinson Street, and then I bought my first house in Paradise Road. And Heather was born, and Rita was coming with Heather, and she was holding her like this, and I was trying on her clothes. And 4 years later, my daughter was born. The same temperament, the same curly hair.
The same hair, yeah.
The same in school. I remember when she was a student, Rita came to me and said, "You know something? Heather is in an apartment and we put sheets on the windows because she has to study and to be quiet." Is that so?
I think it was the apartment on St. George. Maybe I didn't have to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you go to U of T?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
Did you go to med school at U of
remember
T also?
every
okay.
detail, everything. On Wilson Street, not that he was, your father was Anita's first doctor. And yeah. And,
He did true family
Dr.
practice, so he did
And
kids
Dr.
and
Leek
adults.
Brown,
Yeah.
Dr. Leek Brown was my mother's doctor, family doctor. And Anita was born in September, and she took sick in January,
There'll be a text.
a very bad cold. And Dr. Shapiro they went away south, so Dr. Leek Brown supposed
Dr. Lithgow, another
Yeah,
name
Steve.
I haven't heard in a
Steve.
million years.
Oh. Did he? Is he?
he was 45 years old.
Is he still alive or he's?
No.
And what
I can't
happened
remember when
with
Steve
Brenda? Brenda Lithgow.
Brenda,
I remember
yeah.
Brenda.
Brenda and their two sons.
Yeah.
Was Brenda your age?
Yeah.
And so then she was very sick. I had to call Dr. Lichblau. So then Dr. Lichblau and your father opened up in Wilson the little house that he added and added and added.
Yeah, it just kept growing and growing,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Keep going. And the kids, the boys were coming. I sold the house I bought it from a doctor and I sold it to a doctor. Dr. Finkel, I don't know if you know.
I remember.
Do you mean Julian's father?
Yeah,
Which house? The Finkels owned.
the Finkels at my house in Paradise Road.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Dr.
Do you remember
Finkel.
the Finkels?
I do remember the thing.
Yeah,
They went to Temple also.
Yeah.
he
I
came.
think I might have known him like as when
I
went
was
to medical school.
I was 7 years there, and he knocked on the door one day, Dr. Finkel, and said, "I want to buy your house." I said, "My house is not for sale." He said, "Can I speak to you? Can I speak to your husband?" And we were new immigrants, you know. I had 2 mortgages on the house. I borrowed to put a down payment. Anyway,
You're the Lincoln Alexander?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
so he said to me, if everything in America is for sale, the price is right. And I didn't know what to do. So I went to your father
Oh, yeah?
and I asked him, I said, Dr. Shapiro, what should I do? Look, Dr. Finger wants to buy my house. He said, sell it. Tell him a price and sell it. And I did.
Yeah?
And Dr. Finkel, but to this day, how I liked your father and your mother, Dr. Finkel, when he sees me, when I come to Hamilton, he comes and hugs me and my cousin, Isabel Trapp. She said, I don't understand. Whoever sees you, hugs you, kisses. Why? Because I did what I did.
Yeah.
I don't like to repeat what I did, but I did. I did something.
We never heard that story.
Yeah.
We never heard that story till the funeral.
That's crazy.
Why?
That your mother went to visit this guy in jail?
Yes.
And then hired him back afterwards.
Of course.
I never fired him. He's like,
Well, yeah, that's true. He was never really fired, I guess.
You know, I feel the same, my family, that I lost somebody, my family. I don't cry easy, but I couldn't. When Anita told me that she met you and you told her that your father, I was my last, I moved to Toronto.
Just a little to the left there, Anita, in the next
I
room.
moved to Toronto
Thank you.
in 2001.
Really? It's been that long?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so lucky you had your grandmother in Toronto.
And in 2003, I took very sick. And I was sick for 8 years. All the time, the hospital, operation, this. And I'm still here to talk about it. I don't believe it. 2 years ago, I thought I prayed to go. I couldn't take it anymore. I prayed to go. And it was a mystery sickness. To this day, they couldn't find what it was. They couldn't find out, and they didn't know how to treat me. Till I was in Sunnybrook. I was already 2 months there. And another doctor came to me and said, Mrs. Levy, I read your file. I'm gonna make you well. And his name was Mohammed. And he said, you want me to be your doctor? Look my name. And he knew I'm Jewish. I said, so Mohammed supposed to heal it. So go ahead and do it. And gave me, put me on a pill. And in 3 days I start waking up.
oh my God.
And 2 months I was in the hospital like this.
Do you know what pill it was?
Miracle pill.
No, but I remember Anita telling me
That's
you
Brenda,
had...
right?
Yeah.
And here's
Brenda and
who's
Rivka.
That's Rivka?
Very bad, very bad.
Rivka was
Yeah,
the one.
Oh
you
my
you
God.
didn't
You
see
didn't
this
see the
picture.
pictures of
Show him this
pictures.
picture.
Wow.
And that was at Anita's bridal
Oh.
shower.
I love your mother. And,
Your mom looked so well at that time. Had it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
good.
great.
That was 20...
and your Bobby.
Yes. And I remember your mother, because your mother lived with you. We
Yeah.
used to go,
Yeah.
and your mother was
Yeah.
there, and...
And the last, before she passed away, I made her 2 dresses. She never wore it.
No.
It was before Yom Tov.
Yeah, yeah,
You see how I remember it?
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. You just asked me, I remember.
Well, we're asking. I'm trying to think what questions to ask.
And we were so proud. My brother came to Canada and wanted to remain here. So anyway, it took a long time. He was living with me and he needed papers. So what he needed, from doctor, x-ray and everything. And your mother, just I read the announcement from immigration, and your mother is at the door to pick up things that I fixed for her. So I say, oh Rita, I don't know what to do. Look, I got from the immigration, I need papers with x-ray, with everything from a doctor. She went on the phone, call your father. And it was evening, around 7, he was still in the office. I said, bring him right away. And I brought him there. He had the x-ray, he had everything for immigration.
Yeah.
I cannot forget. It's something that's gonna stay deep inside. And your grandmother, when she was coming for fitting, your mom used to bring her and leave her with me and go and do her shopping and whatever. So I made her a cup of tea and she was visiting with me and with my mother.
Yes,
and
that's what I
it
remember.
was so
What
nice.
was your grandmother's name?
Millie Silverman.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, that's what I remember, going to your house and
Yeah.
going with, like, the whole
And
three
all these
generations.
cookies,
The two of them, I think,
always-
were both very devoted daughters. That's, I think, another thing you had in common with my mother. Because that's how I remember about your mother.
Oh, really?
Very devoted daughter.
To her mother?
To her
Yeah.
mother. And my mother was to her mother. Yeah.
And
How long ago did
always,
your grandmother pass away?
Oh, 40 years ago.
Oh, a long time ago.
always, your mom was a good cook and a good baker. But she said, I cannot get your taste.
Yeah.
I want to get your taste. And this why I brought you what she loved, my arugula.
Oh,
Arugula.
you know, we'll have them for Shabbos dinner tonight. We'll
Good.
share them with the family.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So when you said,
it's unfortunate
You can't enjoy.
that we cannot enjoy life without being sick
yeah,
at the old age. I hate it. I hate the old age. I resent it. I rather go than to suffer again. I said if I have to go again the house, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
My mom was talking about this the other day, about your dad when he was hit by a car.
Yes.
She was actually talking about that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's in that story too, right? Yeah.
So when you met my parents, you said they welcomed you so much as an immigrant. Like, what did they do to welcome you that was maybe different from other people?
Well, especially your father. Your mother became my client and my, like, I was looking up to her. Yeah, I didn't know English. And she said, don't worry, you're gonna learn. And your father, because I came from Israel, whenever he saw me at the temple mostly, he spoke to me in Hebrew. So I said, Frank, every time you talk to me, you speak better and better and better. He said, I try to brush up, but it's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I said, it's hard. So I told him, I said, you know, Frank, when I came to Israel, I come from Bucharest, Romania, where I was born. I come to Israel, I didn't know one word of Hebrew, but I knew a little Yiddish. So this how at first I was talking to your father in Yiddish because I didn't know English, you know. I speak 7 languages, but English I didn't know. So he said, you're gonna learn. Everybody comes to Canada, they like Canada, you're gonna learn. Don't worry. Next time I see him, I wanna talk to him in English. He wants to talk to me in Hebrew because he wants to brush up his Hebrew. So anyway, when I had something hard to do, I always ask your father.
Yeah.
I used to call him, he told me anytime you need me, call me. So this
And you
why,
did?
even as you didn't see me, when you grow up and you got married, you gave your own children, but always they were an inspiration, something for me. I said, Frank used to tell me this, Rita used to tell me this. And this is how I started talking English. I didn't go to school here.
No.
No, I learned by myself. And I read and I write and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were my inspiration.
Inspiration.
My first friends. My first
First-
friends, which I'll never, as long as I live, I don't know how long, but I'll remember them.
Thank
I'll
you.
remember them.
That's so nice to
For
hear.
the temple and for your mom came to me one day and I said, we start talking about the temple, and I was living right around the corner from the temple, but we didn't have money. You know, we came from Israel with nothing. We ran from the communists to Israel. We came to Israel in 1950. There was nothing there, no language, no job, no money. We were lucky to get a life out from the communist country. And we came to Canada after 7 years, the same way.
Wow.
So I said, how am I going to belong to the temple? I have to pay. So one day your mom came and said, how long are you here already? I said, I'm already 8 years, 9 years, something like that. She said, it's time for you to belong to the temple. Go with your husband and they'll do something for you. And they did it the best because your father put a good word for us.
Yeah.
See, my
Well.
family here, my mother came first because she had here brothers and sisters that came after the First World War.
Oh, really?
Because my mother came from 10. There were 5 brothers, 5 sisters. So she had 3 brothers and a sister here in Hamilton, and you must know them. You grow up with their grandchildren. Straub.
Straub, oh, sure.
People.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was my mother's sister married to the Straub. So all the Straub and Laskin. You know Karl Laskin?
Oh, very
Yeah.
well. Carl,
He's my cousin's son.
No, I didn't know. I see Colonel all the time.
Yeah.
That's Carla Judge, right?
No, Carl Luskin's a doctor.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Anita was born on Karl, but
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anita was born a week before Karl Bar Mitzvah.
Ah,
And we were living on the same street, two cousins, Joe Laskin and Harry Laskin. And
they were friends with my
Karl was Harry Laskin's son. So I was walking with Anita with the buggy to their house and to tell them I cannot come to Bar Mitzvah, I just got a baby. So everything is pertain to your family.
Well, Hamilton was so intertwined. There
Yeah.
was like never one connection,
Well,
3
you
or
know,
4 connections.
and then your mother, when she was living here, she gave me a customer, Sonia Schechter, and Sandy Pass.
Yeah.
So all their kids,
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
knew me
Yes.
because they all came to fix everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So even David Yanover,
Yeah.
Dr. Lichblom, unfortunately, he got a stroke and he became blind.
Yeah, very bad start.
And
Yeah, it was
he
horrible.
was in Shalom village till he died about 5 or 6 years ago. We were the same. He was born in January and I was born in May. So he would have been 91 now. Yeah. So that's Phil Yanover, everybody, everybody.
You knew everybody. You were like the magnet. Anybody?
Yeah, everybody came to me because they came, they liked my work.
Yeah.
I did good work and I didn't charge much.
I
I was
didn't.
afraid I wanted to come again, so I didn't charge much. Whatever anybody else charge, I was happy.
Oh.
Because I wanted repeat customer. That's the way I work. So, anyway,
And now you made a life for yourself in Toronto.
well, they ask, I live in Walmart in a beautiful apartment.
We live.
Oh, you rented there, didn't you?
Yeah, we lived there for almost 2 years.
So she lived there also for
in
about
the
400
East
2 years.
Building,
East Tower, yes.
this
That was
where I
where she
live.
lived also.
I used to live at Walmart and Bloor Street.
Oh, sure. That's where my girlfriend Miriam used to live.
Oh yeah.
Miriam lived at Bloor and Walmart.
That
So,
was a nice building.
a nice
It's a great
building.
building.
Really
I
great.
lived there 10 years. And 2 years ago, when I was, they thought that I'm a gunner.
We did not think that. We thought that. We did not think that you were a gunner.
Well, I just maybe they were thinking. So they come to me and said, in the hospital and said, Mom, we won't let you anymore go back to apartment. You cannot be alone anymore. So there I am. I'm with
You're
them
very
now.
lucky. You know.
Yeah.
You know how lucky you are.
I am lucky.
One good daughter is worth 3 of the regular kind.
That's a good expression.
You just made that up.
Did you just make it up?
There you go. So only one of you
Well,
has to be nice.
Yeah.
My mother lived with me 20 years
I know. I remember that. That's.
and 8 years with a stroke.
I didn't.
A stroke that took away her speech.
Hmm.
And I was her speech mouth. You know, I was talking for her. But she was able to walk and like I'm doing now, you know. But she couldn't talk. 8 years. They all told me put her in a home. I said, my mother is not going in a home. Not my mother.
Hmm.
So she was with me 20 years. And in 3 months I lost my husband and my mother.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember your father dying in the cold.
So his practice was not in his parents'
Yeah.
He went to bed, didn't get up.
No, I think Joe met his grandparents also. It was in my father's.
And 3 months later, my
the
mother.
house that he grew up
Yes,
in.
the house
Okay,
that
I
he
see.
grew up in.
Oh, wow.
I'm a survivor.
You're a survivor.
I survived.
Well, then you're an inspiration to me. 'Cause then you're an inspiration to me. Because I need to be a survivor too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So how is Larry? Larry used to come to me all the time.
Yeah, I think Larry should. I don't know if Larry's coming today. I don't know what happened to him. I told him. Larry's doing
Sharon
all
and
right.
Joanna come back.
That's
Yeah.
They usually pick
youngest
up
brother.
Larry, right?
Yeah,
They usually pick
they're
up
probably going to be here any minute, actually.